Imagine a force so ancient, so relentless, that its very existence shapes the fabric of the universe. A being whose mere presence distorts reality, and whose gaze can erase you from existence. We're not talking about your run-of-the-mill villain, my friend. We're talking about Darkseid. But what really makes him such a terrifying entity? Is it his raw strength, his omega beams, or is there something more, something sinister and biologically inexplicable behind the stone skin of the Tyrant of Apokolips? Get ready to dive into the depths of the anatomy and powers of one of the most feared beings in DC Comics. What you're about to discover will blow your mind. When we look at Darkseid, the first thing that hits us is his physical imposingness. Rocky skin, massive musculature, and an aura of power. His biological structure defies our understanding. Darkseid isn't human, nor Kryptonian. He's a new god, a race that transcends natural laws. His physiology is a product of Apokolips, a planet forged in war and tyranny, reflected in every fiber of his being. It's forced evolution, where the very existence of the planet shaped its inhabitants to be machines of combat and domination. The crushing gravity and caustic atmosphere of Apokolips compacted and hardened his form, making him nearly indestructible from birth. He isn't just powerful because he has superpowers, but because his very biology is a superpower. His skin is an almost impenetrable barrier. Darkseid has withstood the destruction of an entire planet without blinking. This isn't just invulnerability. It's a structural resilience suggesting bone and muscle density that would make Superman look fragile in comparison. His impact resistance exceeds that of the strongest steel by thousands of times, perhaps even exotic materials that only exist in science fiction. And regeneration? He can restore his eyes after they've been impaled. This indicates a cellular system operating at a level of efficiency and speed that defies earthly biology. Each cell of Darkseid has the ability to replicate and repair damage on a scale that would make Wolverine's healing factor look like a mere band-aid. This ability to heal from injuries that would be fatal to any other being is a testament to his divine nature and his intrinsic connection to the cosmic energy that permeates him. If his skin is like this, his internal organs are even more complex. They're likely energetic structures, or perhaps composed of exotic matter that can convert and store cosmic energy incredibly efficiently. His eyes, which fire the Omega rays, aren't just eyeballs. They're conductors of pure energy, capable of channeling and projecting a force that can disintegrate planets. This suggests a complex internal system that generates, stores, and modulates this energy, perhaps a kind of miniature cosmic fusion reactor inside his own body. Each cell of Darkseid is a small power plant, and his eyes are the cannons that release this force. How this energy is generated and controlled internally is a mystery that leads us to question the limits of biology and physics. The complexity behind a being like Darkseid is incredibly fascinating. Furthermore, Darkseid's immortality isn't just a matter of not aging. It's a metaphysical state. He's been killed several times, but always returns. This suggests that his consciousness, his essence, transcends physical form. The body we see is just an avatar, a manifestation of his true form, which exists on a higher plane. Think of it as a computer program that can be reinstalled on different machines, but the original source code remains untouched. That's Darkseid's true immortality. He's an idea, a force, a concept that cannot be truly destroyed. His death is just a transition, a rearrangement of his energy that allows him to return even stronger. This is one of the reasons why he's so terrifying. You can't simply kill him and expect him to be gone forever. He is the embodiment of tyranny. And as long as there is tyranny in the multiverse, Darkseid will exist. It's an incredibly powerful and frightening idea at the same time. Now, let's dive into the powers that make Darkseid an unstoppable force. It's not just magic or generic super strength. There's a logic, albeit cosmic and incomprehensible to us, behind each ability. At the heart of everything is the Omega effect, a primordial energy, a fundamental force of the universe that Darkseid managed to steal and master. He manipulates the very structure of reality, and this energy is the basis for almost everything he does. It's his signature, his calling card, and the most iconic and terrifying power in comics. The Omega beams are the most famous manifestation of this power. They shoot from Darkseid's eyes and can disintegrate, teleport, resurrect, and even erase something from existence. Imagine a subatomic particle that can be programmed to have any desired effect. The Omega beams are highly energized particle beams controlled with surgical precision by Darkseid's mind. The ability to bend, twist, and pursue their targets suggests that these rays don't follow the laws of physics as we know them, perhaps operating in higher dimensions or manipulating space-time at a quantum level. The speed of these beams is so absurd that they can catch speedsters like the Flash, traveling at speeds that approach or even exceed the speed of light. making them practically inescapable. The energy contained in a single Omega beam is enough to destroy planets, far surpassing any known nuclear weapon. Beyond the beams, the Omega effect grants Darkseid cosmic awareness, an intrinsic understanding of the universe's workings at a fundamental level. He has access to a cosmic neural network, allowing him to perceive beings in different dimensions and understand the interconnection of everything. This ability is crucial to his strategy as he anticipates and manipulates events on a multiversal scale. It's a form of telepathy and precognition that transcends human understanding, allowing him to see patterns and connections invisible to most beings. This is the true intelligence behind the brute force, which makes him such a formidable strategist. His super strength is legendary. He can break Green Lantern rings, defeat Kryptonians, and the entire Justice League. The strength of a Kryptonian like Superman is estimated at hundreds of thousands of tons, or even millions. Darkseid operates at that same level, or even above. He doesn't just lift heavy things. He distorts reality with his strength. The ability to hold interdimensional portals open with his bare hands isn't just muscle strength. It's a manipulation of the very structure of space-time. This suggests that his strength isn't purely physical, but also has an energetic or dimensional component, allowing him to interact with forces beyond our understanding of physics. His muscles are made of a substance that can bind and manipulate cosmic energy, amplifying his physical capability to unimaginable levels. The scale of his power is something that makes us question the limits of what's possible in the comic book universe. Darkseid's super speed, although less emphasized than his strength, is equally impressive. He can react in nanoseconds and match Zeus's combat speed. For a being of his size and mass, moving at these speeds is an extraordinary feat. This implies that his physiology is capable of withstanding extreme accelerations and decelerations without suffering damage, and that his reflexes are processed in a fraction of a second. It's not just running fast, it's the ability to process information and react to it at a pace that defies human perception. His brain operates at a much higher frequency, allowing him to see the world in slow motion. This speed, combined with his strength and invulnerability, makes him an opponent almost impossible to hit or contain. Darkseid's invulnerability is an almost impenetrable shield. He has survived the destruction of planets and combined attacks from the greatest heroes in the universe. This isn't just tough skin, it's a molecular density and atomic cohesion that make him resistant to almost all forms of damage. His body is composed of dark matter or a cosmic alloy that can absorb and dissipate impact energy at a level that defies physics. Resistance to energy attacks, such as those from Cyborg, suggests that he can manipulate force fields or that his own aura is capable of deflecting or absorbing energy. This invulnerability, combined with his regeneration, makes him a being that is almost impossible to permanently injure. He is, in essence, a walking fortress, a stone wall that refuses to yield. Other powers derived from the Omega effect include gravity manipulation and chronokinesis. When Darkseid extends his hand between universes, he can create a gravitational pull so intense that it distorts time. This is a direct manipulation of space-time, something that would only be possible for beings with absolute control over the fundamental laws of physics. He can create miniature black holes or manipulate the curvature of space-time around him. Chronokinesis, the ability to manipulate time, is a direct extension of this. For John Constantine, trapped in Darkseid's gravitational field, days passed between each second. This isn't just an illusion, it's a real alteration of time perception, proof of Darkseid's control over one of the most fundamental dimensions of existence. This is an ability that places him on a power level that few beings in the multiverse can even dream of reaching. Power absorption is another crucial ability. Darkseid can drain the life force of other gods to rejuvenate himself and recover his full power. This is a form of energetic vampirism on a cosmic scale. He doesn't just defeat his enemies, he consumes them, absorbing their essence to strengthen himself. Each victory makes him stronger, each defeated enemy becomes a source of energy for him. It's a strategy of survival and domination that makes him a constant threat, as he's always seeking new power sources to fuel his tyranny. He's a cosmic parasite, always looking for new hosts to drain and strengthen himself. Reality alteration is a power he demonstrated after his death, creating the absolute universe in his image. This is a level of power that places him on the level of a creator, an architect of reality. He doesn't just manipulate what exists, he creates what exists. He's a programmer who can rewrite the source code of the universe, shaping it according to his will. This is the ultimate proof that Darkseid isn't just a physical being, but a cosmic force that can influence the very structure of existence. It's a power that makes him almost omnipotent, capable of shaping the multiverse in his own distorted image. Finally, Darkseid's telepathy and telekinesis are powerful tools in his arsenal. He can invade minds, even from other dimensions, and manipulate objects with the power of thought. Telepathy at a multiversal level allows him to control and influence beings in different realities, spreading his tyranny throughout the cosmos. Telekinesis, in turn, allows him to create devastating shockwaves and manipulate the environment around him. His mind is an extension of the Omega effect, capable of interacting with matter and energy at a fundamental level. These abilities, combined with his intelligence and strategy, make him an adversary who cannot be defeated by brute force alone. He is a master of mind and matter, capable of bending reality to his will. Make no mistake, Darkseid isn't just a cosmic bruiser. His physical strength is frightening, yes, but what makes him truly dangerous is the mind behind it. Darkseid possesses genius-level intelligence that puts him 100 steps ahead of human evolution. He's a tactical master, a cosmic chess player who sees centuries ahead, manipulating events and beings like pieces on his board. He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty, but he prefers others to do it for him, and that's a sign of his superior intelligence. He doesn't need brute force when he can use manipulation and intrigue to achieve his goals. He has a quantum supercomputer running inside his skull, processing billions of variables per second and calculating each move with absolute precision. This ability to anticipate and plan on a multiversal scale is what makes him so difficult to defeat. He doesn't just react, he orchestrates. That's the scariest part of Darkseid. The mind that never stops conspiring, that never stops seeking absolute control. It's a level of intelligence that borders on tactical omniscience. His mastery in the art of war of Apokolips isn't limited to punches and kicks. It's a combat philosophy that integrates strength, strategy, and manipulation of the environment. He was trained on a planet where war is the common currency, where survival depends on the ability to dominate and destroy. Every move Darkseid makes, whether in direct combat or in a conquest campaign, is calculated to maximize damage and minimize resistance. He understands his enemy's weaknesses, not just physically, but psychologically. He uses fear, hopelessness, and division as weapons as effective as his Omega beams. He has a cosmic war manual in his head, with tactics and strategies for every possible scenario. He rarely uses conventional weapons, which only reinforces how confident he is in his own innate abilities. He doesn't need a sword when his eyes can disintegrate an entire army. This self-confidence, based on millennia of combat and domination experience, is what makes him so imposing. This combination of intellect and experience elevates him above other villains. Darkseid is also a master of manipulation and control. He rarely engages in direct confrontations, preferring to use his intelligence to manipulate others for his ends. This is a form of mind control on a cosmic scale, where he can influence the will of individuals and even entire populations. He uses persuasion, intimidation, and blackmail to bend others to his will, turning them into pawns in his power game. This ability makes him an insidious adversary, as he can undermine his enemy's resistance without even lifting a finger. It's as if he were a cosmic puppeteer, pulling the strings of beings throughout the multiverse to achieve his goals. Manipulation is one of his most potent weapons, and he uses it masterfully to sow discord and distrust among his adversaries. He's a master at exploiting others' weaknesses and fears, turning them into tools for his own rise to power. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why he's so difficult to defeat. He doesn't just fight with brute force, but with the mind, with manipulation, with the ability to turn his enemies into their own executioners. This is sinister, but incredibly effective. In summary, Darkseid is a force of nature, an entity that transcends the mere definition of villain. His physiology, his powers, and his mind work together to make him an unprecedented threat in the multiverse. He is the embodiment of tyranny, and his quest for the anti-life equation is a constant threat to freedom and free will. He isn't just an enemy to be defeated, he's a concept to be fought. An idea that must be eradicated, and honestly, it's this complexity that makes him one of the most fascinating and terrifying characters in DC Comics. The fight against Darkseid isn't just a physical battle, it's a battle for the very soul of the multiverse, and honestly, it's a battle that never truly ends.